So the cerebral cortex is the outer layer of the brain, which is responsible for the most complex functions like thinking and planning. The brain stem is the oldest and central core of the brain, beginning where the spinal cord swells as it enters the skull, and it is responsible for automatic survival functions. The medulla controls heartbeat and breathing, and it begins where the spinal cord enters the skull. The reticular formation is responsible for sleep-wake cycle. It is a finger-shaped network of neurons inside the brain stem between the ears, and that's right here. And the pons, it plays a key role in sleeping and dreaming, and it's located right here near the hypothalamus and pituitary gland. The cerebellum coordinates voluntary movement. It is a two rounded structure extending from the rear of the brain stem, which is right here. The thalamus receives almost all incoming sensory information, organizes it, and relays it to the cortex, and it is located right here towards the top of the brain stem. The basal ganglia works with the cerebellum and cerebral cortex to control voluntary movements, and it's located near the thalamus. The hypothalamus plays a vital role in controlling many motivated behaviors like eating and drinking, and it's placed between the thalamus and above the pons, so that's right there. The pituitary gland is a pea-sized gland just beneath the hypothalamus that controls growth and regulates other glands, just this one. Okay, so the hippocampus is involved in learning and the storage of long-term memories, and it is over top of the brainstem, so it's right here. And the amygdala influences aggression and fear, and it is an almond-shaped, and it's by the hippocampus, which is right. The corpus callosum is a large band connecting the two brain hemispheres and carrying messages between them, and it's located at the top of the brainstem, which is
So on the brain, this is the frontal lobe, and it's involved in personality, intelligence, and the voluntary control of muscles. Damage to this can alter personality and remove a person's inhibitions. The motor cortex is right next to it right here, and it controls voluntary movement. The parietal lobe is right here, and it processes sensory information that has to do with taste, temperature, and touch. It's also involved in registering spatial location and attention and motor control. The somatosensory cortex is right there, and it detects and interprets information on touch, temperature, pain, and pressure, and allows us to perceive the size, shape, and texture of an object via touch. The occipital lobe is right here. It's in the back of the brain, and it processes and responds to visual stimuli. This is the temporal lobe, and it's involved in hearing, language processing, and memory, and people with temporal lobe damage have problems filing experiences into long-term memory. And this little pink area is the Broca's area, and it's located in the frontal lobe near the motor cortex. And it's responsible for the face when speaking, so like the actual movement of speaking, and when it's damaged, it inhibits a person's ability to actually speak. And the Wernicke's area is at the teal, and it's right here, and it's located on the temporal lobe, and it's responsible for comprehension of speech, and if damaged, it may be difficult for a person to understand the speech.